Hey, what's going on, everyone? Joe Menza here, and I've got the large Ron Ranson brush, and I'm wetting down 9 by 12. This is the Strathmore 400 wire bound, and I'm just putting on some little raw sienna that's probably dirtier than it should be, and trying to get like a sky here. I was thinking about using some orange, maybe like a sunrise, sunset, whatever. How do you really distinguish between a sunrise and sunset other than one's in the west and one's in the east? I don't know. But in this case here, we're going to use this orange. This is like a pyrrole orange, or I like to use an orange, instead of, you can mix like the red and the yellow. You can mix, lemon yellow and like a alizarin or something like that. I like convenience colors. So if you're going to do a lot of sunrise, sunset, have some, reds or oranges that you like on your palette. And then I'm going to throw a little blue on top here because I think it looks just kind of weird having the orange. So a little bit of blue up on the top, a little ultramarine blue. Put a little bit in between here, kind of blend it a little bit. And just kind of let that all work together. So I'll show you this trick I learned a long time ago. And you take a coin and you wrap it in like a tissue, and you just twist it against the paper, and it just takes out a round circle, so you can make it look like there's a sun. You can use a quarter if you want it bigger, $50 obviously, or whatever country you're in, use whatever coin that you have on hand. Or you can even use a small lid, a small bottle, maybe some kind of tube that has a cover on it, or really anything round you can wrap in a tissue. So I'm going to put a little mountain off to the side here using a little, I believe this is like a dioxazine. I'm not saying it right, I'm sure, but purple. Also, I have this Amethyst Genuine from Daniel Smith. It's one of their Primatech colors, and it's a really nice color, but it's almost got like a glittery type effect to it. I guess that natural rock has that. Very interesting. And I'm going to come in here with a little sap green mixed with my little undersea green, and put some greens at the bottom of this, tap into some Payne's Gray. And it's running a little bit, I don't care. That's part of the fun. We'll go ahead and put some foliage that's growing in front. Just let the corner of the brush do the work for you. See, we don't worry about painting each individual leaf. With this method here, we just lay it on. We let the paper absorb and the paint do the work. It's when you start going back over things where you really kind of destroy the natural integrity of maybe what you would have had if you trusted the process and you have faith. It's like having faith in God. Obviously, you have faith in this process that in the end it's going to do what it does. And it will. It will, actually. If you left it alone, it's a lot of times better. And it's something we have to learn, and we're always learning day by day. So I'm putting in some darks, blending those in. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more darks to this foliage. Now for this segment, I'm going to take a little burnt umber, burnt sienna, a couple of browns, and we'll just kind of work on like a little bit of a shore line. Now in this foliage, I'm thinking I'd really like to make it look a little more natural, and I'm just going to use the natural fraying of of the brush and just sort of dry brush, tap in, put a couple of scratches from the end of the handle, which if you don't have a credit card handy, you can use the handle of that brush. Something Ron Ranson did in one of his lessons. He scratched out birch trees with the handle of the brush. And if you're not familiar with Ron Ranson, he was the artist that started using this large hake, or at least pioneered it and brought it to the masses here, and showed us how to less fuss, easier sort of approach to watercolor painting. And of course, if you don't know, I am one of the admins of the Ron Ranson Watercolor Group on Facebook. We'd love to have you come and join us over there. Now I put a tree in, quick stroke, using the brush here, and then I have a rigger brush, or what they call a liner brush, and that you make a very thin watercolor mixture, and you just kind of flick the end of this brush and create some branches. Mine was fraying a little bit there, so I dip it in a little bit more water and it'll bring it together. Put a few twigs at the bottom of the thing, and then take my plastic card here, or plastic palette knife in this case, and scrape away a little bit of paint and make it look like either light or some tree bark. And while I have the rigger brush out, I'll go ahead and put in some more sticks around the rest of the painting. And very quickly I'll put a few little rocks or little highlighted areas back in over here, scratching in with the card. Don't want to overdo it. It's a bit of a trick, but it's fun to do. So now here is one of my little tricks that I'll do. I'll put a little dark paint. You can do it for like a reflection or a shadow, and put some dark paint in there, purposefully dark, and then take a soft dry brush and sort of blend it. I'll just do what I do and go around and little minor things that you stand back from your painting, and the little things you can add maybe that will help it, or at that point you say, no, that's it, I'm going to leave it where it is. But we're pretty much finished with this one. I'm just going to go ahead and anchor this tree with some foliage, a little made up green here, maybe with a little undersea green as well. Just to have that tree a little anchored. We'll pop in a couple birds with the Micron pen. And that's it. Let's see how it looks with the mount. And there is the finished painting. Let's zoom in. We'll look at our little sunset. Look at what the paint did. It looks pretty cool. Those effects turned out really nice. Well, I'll see you on the next video.